everyone, welcome back to Talk With Nia. So we got to get right into Diddy because Diddy's new baby mama is revealed. Her name is Dana Tran, and she's 28 years old, and she just had a baby girl with Diddy named Love. So it was found out because she posted the same Love LED light as Diddy on her story, and she has a love necklace, and there are photos of her baby bump. So do y'all think this is his baby mama? I mean, it looks like they definitely were together. Okay, so this is getting very interesting. Now, this caused a lot of drama for Young Miami as she felt the need to defend herself online. And she had a back and forth with DJ Academics after, he said that Nick Cannon's women would never be having a mental breakdown the day when he announces a new baby. Now, Young Miami clapped back and said, "Who's having a mental breakdown? I'm in La La Land with my feet up, smelling my flowers." And DJ Academic said that he'll pray for her because it seemed like she found out about the news on TMZ like the rest of us. And she said, "You don't even believe that." So there was a lot of back and forth. And, Young Miami goes on about her trending on Twitter and that Diddy won't even look at half of y'all B's way. "I'm nobody's side B. I don't come second to no B." And JT chooses to back Young Miami up on Twitter during this whole thing. And someone commented about that and said, "Oh, don't try to make her feel good. She don't come to your rescue when you sad or embarrassed behind Uzi." JT commented back and said, "I'm never sad or embarrassed about Uzi. Wrong person." Now, some may argue that Young Miami doesn't back JT up when she's going back and forth with other girls. Like, she was going back and forth with Cardi and Young Miami was silent, acting like she was asleep. Okay? I think they should have said that, and then I would have loved to see JT's response to that. Not about Uzi, but that's just my opinion. Now, we also find out that Diddy has another girl, and she was pictured with him back in October, and her name, I hope I say this right, Shanta Joseph. All right, so Diddy's got him lined up. And if you haven't watched, I did a whole video on Diddy's dating history, his new girls. This is when we just found out that he had a baby. We didn't know who the baby mama was yet. Okay, so Diddy got a whole crew of these girls, a whole crew, and counting, because there's probably more that we don't even know about. All right, now let's move on to Cardi B. So Cardi B also hops on social media to deny the leaked reference tracks that were released. We talked about that in our video yesterday. She says, "I just feel like these are things that people think I want or would say, like Party with Cardi. That's so late for me to say. The Jenny from the Block sample is cliche and expected. Nice try though." So she also dropped a snippet of a song that she decided to scrap and said that she just didn't love this one. I'll play you a small snippet of that. So what do y'all think about this whole situation? I know we talked about this yesterday if you're subscribed and you watch the channel, that this is crazy. All of these songs are just getting released, these reference tracks, these songs. They're just all getting leaked, okay? It is insane, all right? Now, let's move on because we got more news on the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case. So it looks like Tory's team is trying to make it seem like Kelsey is to blame. And there were some name droppings of who Megan has messed with in the industry and who Kelsey has messed with in the industry. They tried to make it seem like, Megan always goes and messes with the guys that Kelsey is messing with. Okay, let me play you this clip.
Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw two women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And so let's talk about why them two are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg and everything to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey. And then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left. But do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together. And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, "It's time for you to leave." They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tory questions Kelsey, "Hey Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner. Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And, Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You had been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And so the defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury's like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason to believe that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car.
Now, this is an ongoing case, okay? So I'm sure there's going to be even more updates later today or as I'm speaking now, all right? And don't worry because we're going to cover it. So there's a lot going on. I believe Megan is also going to be making an appearance in court as well. So I'm very curious to see how this plays out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.